Welcome to the army of Fiaura.
As fires burn out from yesterday, a wandering mare's found a better way. For just as night seems most dark, the sunrise comes to warm our hearts.
From the ashes of war, through the blood and the gore, a man once more than this world that is torn. A group that cannot just be stopped or forgot will rise to overcome all odds. And with every new day, through the parts that we play, as we push fear away and remember the ways of a man who was kind and whose words will remind. To person.
Yeah, basket.
Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Fallout Equestria panel. Yes, they weren't supposed to be able to hear you guys because we were in free stream mode. I didn't want anybody to hear anything. Chris, I think the picture behind you is about to fall. Okay, never mind. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the raid from RamCon. This is a panel for RamCon. I have a bunch of lovely and talented people here with me. I am Fiaura. I am the writer of Dead Tree. I am also the producer for Angel Shotgun Productions. Basically, everything either comes out of my pocket or Cinder Script's pocket to make all the Fallout Equestria stuff we make. In the meantime, I'm just going to go in the order that is presented here on the screen. So, Chris, you're technically next. Introduce yourself, sweetie. Hi, Chris.
Hello, everyone. My name is Script. I'm director of Shotgun Angel Productions. And yes, the call did just die. Don't worry, it didn't die as quickly as I did. We've managed to bring it back. We're all good.
Chris, Screw, can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
can hear you.
It kind of lagged out a little bit, so it froze and restarted for me.
That understands everything now. Okay, so I'm going in order of the camera pictures here. Chris is our lead narrator. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, Chris, Flutter Chris, narrator, voice actor, hi!
Okay, now I'm going to finish introducing her. She's in Norway, by the way, everyone. It's like, what, 11 o'clock there?
Around that time, yeah.
And she is a super sweetheart and a super amazing person. She just doesn't want to admit it. Screw loose.
Hi, I'm the resident dad here. Now, if you hear some screams in the background, that's my lovely children.
Not only is he the resident dad,
but I'm also the voice for Buddy and the resident dad of my apologies again. How about we shift on over down the road and we will come back to me.
that's fair. He basically plays all the dads we have.
And don't worry, he's got a surprise for you today.
Winchester.
Hello! I am Winchester. I am the dialogue editor. So I take all of the wonderful lines that all of these wonderful voice actors send me and chop them all into little tiny pieces and then put them in an order that makes sense and sounds right before shipping it off to Larson.
Amber.
Hi, I'm Amber. And I'm...
Words are hard.
yeah. I'm one of the VAs. I do a bunch of I do some of the extras roles, and I have Hansuf later in the series.
I swear, they were so talkative for like the last hour getting them all together, and then the moment I turn the camera on, every one of them gets stage fright. Brasta.
I'm Brasta. I'm one of the voice actors here. I voice Hawk Crossbuns. That's about it.
Inky.
Hello. I am Inky Notebook, the friendly voice of the Wasteland Wandering Sunrise. I am a voice actor, and I also run the Traveling Pony Museum project, which is here at RamCon, which represents a bunch of artists from around the world. So fun stuff all around.
Baha.
Hello, my name is Baha. I'm an artist and animator currently doing prop design for the show, a show called True Tale. It has a bunch of furries in it, don't worry. And I do art for Fee's book and also play Nuka Nugget and Apple Bloom.
Directly below me, Prince Dazzle.
Hello there, I'm Prince Dazzle. Hope you're doing lovely this fine evening. I'm going to be playing Quick Stitch. He's a medic. Sounds fun.
Stargazer.
Hi everyone. New to the voice acting scene. I will be voicing Jackal in an upcoming chapter called The Dragon.
And
hi there.
Tree Stump. Tree Stump, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Do you have one of those fancy microphones that has a mute button on it? Tree Stump, we can't hear you. Okay, well, while Tree Stump fixes his microphone. In the meantime, this is the Fallout Equestria panel. I'm going to switch over to the presentation now as soon as I get rid of the thing that's telling me to do a thing on Windows, because go away. Alright, why are you... Right, you're doing that because I have this, because I need to do... There we go! Ha, I win. Alright, and boop! Ha! So, we are here to present and explain what Fallout Equestria is, as well as give you guys an opportunity to talk to all of these lovely people who work on Fallout Equestria projects. and have them give their own opinions of Fallout Equestria as a setting, project, or what have you. I am Fiaura the Tank Girl. As I said, I am the writer of Dead Tree. I stream Fallout Equestria tabletop games on Wednesday night. But the reason why I have on the lab coat is because I am a scientist in the field of human sexuality and communication for the last almost decade. I have a associate's in biology, a bachelor's in human sexuality, and a master's degree in human communication. I could be your marriage counselor tomorrow. I don't want to be your marriage counselor. That's why I write about cute, adorable ponies in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Hi, Lightning Bliss. You could be here. You're technically an artist. Actually, you're more than technically an artist. You are an artist. You were the cover artist of one of my books. What we're going to talk about, that should have been edited because Internet Emergence is no longer here. We're going to talk about why Fallout Equestria is so popular. We're going to talk about the voice actors are then going to relay their own personal thoughts on the setting as well as what they like about it and why they participate in it. Some of our voice actors, this is their very first voice acting job. Other voice actors have been doing this for so long it's not even funny. We have every level of skill from Ellie Ray Hennessy and Bill Newton, who are professional voice actors in the Canadian Voice Actors Guild, to people like Stargazer. This is their very first time to ever voice act. Blaze, you're signed up to be here. I know you're on the Discord. You can join when you want. In the meantime. Fallout Equestria came in 2011, technically. It officially is published on FimFiction in 2012. The Bernie fandom needed something beyond shipping and porn that was worth reading for fan fiction, but nobody could decide what was worthy. And KCAT started this by setting out to make a good story with a comprehensive setting. She didn't set out to be famous. She set out just to write a good story. Fallout 3 and New Vegas were still, there was this big argument going on with Fallout about what was better, Fallout 3 or New Vegas. And New Vegas still had DLCs coming out when Fallout Equestria started coming out. I'm talking about this like a bunch of gay people coming out of a closet. I should feel ashamed. Yes, Chris,
you should
I
be.
see the first book. Thank you, Chris. Fallout as a brand is incredibly popular. We literally have today is Fallout Day. Those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically in the Fallout universe, this is the day the bombs fell. Please don't actually nuke us, anyone. We don't actually want to be nuked. During the time when Fallout Equestria was starting to come out, the MLP show was on hiatus between Season 2 and 3, so a lot of people were reading fan fiction, doing fan art, making predictions about Season 3, and then this little story comes along. And lastly, between the asset leak that let us make whatever we want, as you see up here at the top of the screen, I think, yes, these are actually SFM models that you can download that are publicly available. Because of the asset leak, people needed to take this and then make unique characters that Hasbro couldn't copyright strike immediately using bots. So Fallout Equestria became really easy to make animations for because the characters didn't show up in the show. And the Bernie documentary had come out and had shown people walking around the second BernieCon with Fallout Equestria cosplay on. So you see people walking around in vault suits. Fallout Equestria calls them stable suits. There's a guy from RU BronyCon in Russia who comes all the way to BronyCon and has a full-blown pony power armor with minigun that he walks around in. The character's name is Steelhooves, and I'm just like, that's cool. And also, honestly, we as human beings, we have an appeal of cute, adorable creatures murdering each other. As a note, Happy Tree Friends is still going. Please don't search Happy Tree Friends unless you're prepared for basically to watch cute, adorable animals commit atrocities that belong in Doom Eternal. Okay, so this is not... That answered the question of what's going on. Open recent documents. I'm sorry, something's happened here, and I don't know what. Yes, here we go. Right version. I win. I hope. Are we capturing? Yes, cool. Alright, so voice actors. Everyone here, in whatever order you wish It's so long as you let me know you want to go. What are your experiences with ponies, explosives, and post-apocalyptia?
Depends on if we when we premiere the episode today, ain't it?
So we have a preview for the episode. Normally during these panels we have an episode ready to be released as a part of the panel. However, our lead sound engineer who does the final polish and adds the sound effects for the episodes, his father has passed away this week, so he has been unable to work on it. So we have a preview for the episode ready to go, but we don't have the actual episode ready yet. Our thoughts go with him. We're still doing the panel. We're still doing as much as we can. I couldn't get the bloopers finished last night to have that going ready to go instead. And the song we were prepping had to be rewritten for various reasons. So literally all 3 pieces of content we could have had for you guys just kind of went, no. So we have a preview.
We are all the content you need.
Of course.
So, what are you guys' experiences with Fallout Equestria that you want to talk about?
It's been a great experience for me. This is the first one of the first real projects I've been a part of, and I've been having a blast, to be honest.
Yeah, you were the only voice actor I had at HarmonyCon at the start of the year when we did in-person cons.
I know, it was just me and you.
This is basically the only Fallout Equestria project I've ever been on, so I'm actually pretty happy as
Apparently Lightning Bliss has joined us. Hi, Blissy.
Hello.
She's one of our artists. She's actually a cover artist for my books. I'm going to go over here and grab some of her artwork real quick. Do you have experiences with this crazy setting you want to share?
From me?
Yes, from you.
When it comes to Fallout Equestria, I'll admit that your book's been inspiring me to want to write my own fanfic for like the Brony analysis community of what would happen if we're in a Fallout situation. But I'm still thinking about it.
That kind of scares me a little bit. Anyway,
you should be.
Anybody else want to go share your experience? I'm gonna show off Blissy's artwork real quick.
Well, I kind of got introduced to it when a friend of mine went and decided to print off the entirety of the original Fallout Equestria single-sided in 12-point font on the high school printers. And proceeded to run every single printer out of paper before going to the library and getting suspended.
That's a bit nuts.
Good job.
So then for the rest of that quarter, all the teachers had to use the back sides of those pieces of paper. And in class, there was a very interesting section that I was actually in class when it showed up. Yes.
Were you guys just like passing it around trying to get the whole story?
Kind of. I mean, I already knew about it, so I was just kind of keeping my mouth shut the whole time.
It's like collecting all the Dragon Balls, but it's just the whole thing.
Anybody else want to share their experiences or why you're invested in this?
Well, I guess I can go ahead. I went to, let's say, the last MLP MSP convention when I met Fiaura, and before then I would have had no idea that Fallout Equestria was even a thing. I just kind of showed up there and saw that she had a book there, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm buying it." And it just kind of took off from there. And yeah,
Welcome.
that's pretty much all I have to say.
For me, who still has a bit. For me, Fallout Equestria is still a bit scary and not exactly my
Welcome
cup of
to
tea,
the
but
army
I
of
admire all
Fiaura.
the work and passion everybody puts into it. But it has, since I was cast for this project, I have been lucky enough to meet a lot of amazing people, and I have been able to grow both as a person and as a voice actor, and even went way out of my comfort zone to do singing. So it's even though it is a scary place, it can be a good place.
So, those who don't know, Chris did this amazing rendition of Amazing Grace, and that's why she got the job. And on another side note, she's gonna have to sing again. Don't worry, don't worry. You're singing.
Your beautiful voice again.
Don't worry, don't worry. You're singing with everyone else as a part of a choir rather than by yourself.
Oh, hooray!
She has the voice of an angel.
Hey, where's
yes,
my
I ding dong went there.
Okay.
Where's my old man solo?
Now, I will be taking questions for all the voice actors outside of these at the end of the panel for you guys. So if you have questions for any of these people, whether it be our director, Cinder Script, who's been quiet this whole time.
There's reasons.
Your microphone actually isn't working, hon. That's why you've been quiet. Like, I can hear her talking in the other room.
Well, if you like, I could talk to make up for the fact that Cinder's not talking.
Oh my.
Let's not.
Can I explain?
Okay, so, whatever just happened crashed my sound card.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have that effect on people.
Anyway.
It killed my Bluetooth card.
Anyway, so yes, you guys will have opportunity to ask anyone any question you want, so long as it's not inappropriate. I do have mods in chat right now looking out for anything totally just out there that shouldn't be there. But otherwise, yes, you guys will be allowed to ask whatever questions you want at the end of the panel. And in the meantime, something I'm going to advise all fan fiction writers of is interesting collisions don't work. If you take two settings and just bash them together and say this will be interesting, it's interesting for like a chapter.
Do it for a one-shot.
If you're trying to do it for a novel or a epic long story, or you think you have something long just because you're crashing two universes together, you're going to get frustrated and flustered and nothing's really going to come of it. You need to actually sit down and build characters and be prepared to write a story with a plan in place for said story. Someone actually asked me why I'm making my own story go so long, and I'm like, no, I have a plan. We've been following the plan since the start. I haven't deviated from said plan. It's just the plan is taking me longer than I thought it would. That actually happened this week. But this is a classic mistake a lot of people make, is they focus on the interactions and not how they use that collision. So something I'm going to advise anyone who's looking to write their own story, make sure you actually have a story. It's the difference in, and I'm going to be bluntly honest, it's the difference in watching, say, Macross, where everything is all about just the world that's going on around them and how everything and the changes, but you don't really remember the characters very much. And that's literally not even my opinion. Like, I've asked hardcore people who are fans of Robotech and Macross, who are the characters? And someone playing, say, reading a BattleTech novel and turning around and being able to name off every single character in that novel. Just how it is. You need to make sure that you're writing a story that is interesting and has characters that are worth time to do, or it just runs out of steam and the gimmicks get old. K-Cat set out to write a good story. She builds what's called the hero's journey, starting with the hero seeming to want to have to go get something for the people around them. They discover a truth. The hero gets brought low. The hero then takes the new truth they discovered, reinvents themselves, and rises back up. The important thing with Fallout Equestria stories that makes them truly unique is characters are never safe. Ever. That includes my own characters. I'm not sorry, Screw Loose.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She mourned what's about to happen for a long time.
But like in the original Fallout Equestria by K-Cat, not by me. I didn't write the original. I'm writing off of her work with permission. But in the original, Steelhooves gets decapitated in about 2 lines. So this 200-year-old ghoul in power armor veteran dies in 2 lines, and it just... There's this moment where I just had to reread that page like 4 times for that to sink in. So it's important to remember that the biggest thing about Fallout Equestria is characters are never safe. No matter how safe you think they are, they're never safe. And there are hundreds of offshoots. Everyone plays Fallout games differently. Everyone makes different decisions and gets different endings. Project Horizons is probably the most popular offshoot of the main story. K-Cat told us, here's the story, here's the setting, go nuts, I don't care. And literally stepped away and doesn't declare anything canon, doesn't declare anything about anyone's story, just tells them, go ahead. There are currently 242 long stories. Okay, yeah, it did not... I don't know why, but I made adjustments to this panel last night, and it did not save half of them, and I am just upset. So there are actually 241 long stories. There's only one radio. There's one radio play ongoing. There are 7 total, and there are 2 that our studio by itself are planning on doing. That being 2 ponies, news ponies in a bunker, and Cinder has things Tavi says. But see, that was this. I remember updating this panel, and it's just not here now, and I'm upset.
Yes. One of the larger, or I guess well-known, audio drama studios, East Corp, is recently finished both of its primarily Fallout Equestria stories, and is starting their own recently.
Yes.
I can word, I promise.
What makes a side story a major side story? And yes, Cinder can word. Cinder has the best words. The greatest words.
Oh, don't dare! Do not compare me to the Cheeto!
Cheeto?
So according to Heartshine, who is one of the moderators on the Fallout Equestria wiki, in order to be considered a major side story or the closest thing to canon that anyone is willing to say you are, you must have your own article on Equestria Daily, which is the MLP fandom news website. It's the largest source if you want news from MLP to see artwork, videos. They cover just about everything. You must be easily recognized by pictures of artwork and fan art of your characters, meaning your characters, if I were to hold them up to other Fallout Equestria characters, would not look similar enough that I could confuse them. And someone must be producing a printed version of your work. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be a paperback. This was usually only through the Ministry of Image, but Inky down there... Hi, Inky. Inky dipped out. Did her internet die?
Computer died.
Computer is dead.
Oh, her
like
computer?
someone else.
Oh no.
Her computer died?
She's back.
Hey!
Oh, hi,
there.
Inky.
I am having failure. Please bear with me.
Speak of the narrator, and they will return.
You're fine. So Inky's Traveling Pony Museum down there does also printed versions of Fallout Equestria, and she helped me do independent printings. We now have independent printings of Dead Tree, Project Horizons, and there's an independent printing of Guys of Chaos. I've seen it. The person who owns it would not let me walk away with it. I'm upset. And now we get the picture that Chris looks at and goes, oh god, why? I'm going to attempt to explain the Big 7 stories in 10 words or less. So Project Horizons. Everyone knows me. I jumped the shark. I'm the longest. 77 chapters, 1.78 million words. It took 18 months to write the story, and it is the second most prominent result when you search Fallout Equestria. Here's the actual first image I got when I searched Project Horizons. Heroes. I have no special powers. 582,000 words, 40 chapters. Took 7 years to finish. It is the only story the author no one has ever written. And he has said in blogs that he tried to write a sequel, he tried to write a separate story, and found he couldn't do it. So literally, it took this guy 7 years to write this, and it's the only thing he's ever written, and it is actually pretty good. Pink Eyes. Cute small death ghoul finds mom.
Smile.
134,000 words. It only took 3 months to write. It is the only major side story written from the perspective of a child using children's language. So what that means is not only is the narrator perspective that of a child, but the language used is 5th grade reading level or lower. It's also the shortest of any of the major side stories. Hi, this is mine. Fallout 4 rewritten to be good. # fuck Todd Howard. There's my F-bomb. So since this panel was originally made, this story is now... I have so many reasons why this has become my life, and I feel terrible. This story is now 534,000 words, 53 chapters. It's the only one of the major stories still being written, and I've officially been working on it for 3 years as of December 1st.
Yay!
The third book is supposed to come out in December. I don't know if we're going to make that happen now. We had a problem last night. And now some of the artwork that I have for the book might be called into question, and I might have to have it redone. So January would be the latest. Yeah, I'm full of all sorts of... 2020, can you stop giving me bad news?
No.
Murky number 7.
The
Gut
bad
punch,
news train
heart
never
stab.
ends.
Oh, wow. Okay, Murky number 7. Gut punch, heart stab the story. I should retitle that to 2020, the story. Almost 1.1 million words. It took 4.5 years to write this one. And it's literally a story that every single chapter will make you cry. It literally is an emotional drag out, punch, drag down, no punches pulled. Oh God, why Fallout Equestria story? It is quintessentially what you would expect to find in a setting that is actually kind of horrible. Murky, for instance, this guy down here, he's actually is he actually a Pegasus? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, Murky is Pegasus.
Who's had
Also,
his wings?
this is...
Who's had his wings removed?
No, his wings were clipped.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also the only one out of this entire list that is a hard no for Shotgun Angel doing. Just because I don't think I could deal with that much sad.
Yeah, this is. I have never seen anyone been able to sit down and read this for an audio play. Like I've looked. Guys of Chaos, I screwed up and I don't remember how. It is 260,000 words. It took a year to write. The author attempted a sequel but found they couldn't bring themselves to write it, and it is the only story told from the perspective of a raider seeking redemption. You know, in a Fallout game, those things you casually kill for XP bubbles. Yeah, this is one of those. And it's from their perspective the entire time. And Better Days. I am a Mandalorian. Oh crap, I have a heart. 239,000 words. Took 19 months. It's the least known of the major 7. I've seen a picture of a printed copy. I have not actually held one myself, but apparently it exists. And it's very generic as like a wanderer's tale, but being generic isn't a bad thing because everything in it is executed perfectly. Yes, I had to read all of these to do this panel. They didn't have to. They didn't have. I keep thinking you're all to my left because I'm used to doing these panels in person still, and everyone is to my left, and you're all to my right.
I mean, I can go to your left.
Well, who was the one that put
someone
up the
just
stream?
announced. Someone just announced a kind of whole thing that you wear. Like it looks like you're straight out of. Cuddle you. Come here, sweetie.
Anyway, by
That's
the way,
quite the
by the way, for future online panels, we do have a VR setup that we'll be using. So I will be in VR, and you all will be on my left.
Oh, that's working on that.
We're working on it. It might not be ready before the end of the year. Though I am also looking at Cinder and realizing she will probably put you on my right just to mess with me.
I want to do
I
that.
mean, I'm gonna do it now that you told me to.
So Fallout keeps going. It transcends developers. It transcends publishers. Even now, there's a bunch of jokes about Obsidian getting to make a New Vegas 2. There is a group of people dedicated to making a Fallout Equestria video game based in the Unreal 4 engine. There is the people remaking Fallout New Vegas as a fan project that they've been working on for years. There are 2 full Fallout expansions, Fallout Frontier and Fallout New California, both based in Fallout New Vegas' game. I'm a voice actor in both of those. We are simply fascinated by what would happen if the Cold War went hot. Fallout cosplay is easy. Technically, I can just slap an armor plate or 2 on this lab coat, and I'm suddenly in Fallout cosplay. If you want,
you don't have to go as extreme as I do.
you just like people not being able to see your face.
I mean, that's also true.
And we all want to finish our stories. I'm stuck writing Dead Tree until it's done, whether I want to or not. Save me! Send me whiskey! I'm kidding. I actually wouldn't trade this job for anything. I wouldn't trade knowing all of these lovely people in this call for anything. And you all are lovely.
I don't know about that.
Applications are going to happen now. I went to court. I spent $7,000, almost 5 months in court against Hasbro and Bethesda. I took them to court rather than waiting for them to come get me. And we now have parity protection thanks to the State Court of Virginia. So unless they want to strike me down, they can't strike anyone down. So you can write your story, you can publish it as a parody, and you have protection in the U.S. at least. We've also gotten, I've also gotten parody protection in the UK and Germany. So I had to get it. I had to get it in Germany to be able to sell my books at Galacon.
I mean, the worst that they could do is bury you in litigation. But you won!
Yeah, they have to appeal it now.
And they have to appeal it, and at least in America, the precedence lasting this long means that, yeah, it would they'd have to go all the way up to the Supreme Court before getting a judge that would be willing to overturn that.
Okay, but I would love to see that happen. I'd love to see a Hasbro versus My Little Pony writer.
I don't want to go back to court. I don't want to do it. It's expensive.
Yes, but what if it was at the Supreme Court level? It's kind of cool. I mean, like just a little bit cool.
There's better things to discuss.
I'm gonna be that girl and be like, I'm worried about her financial well-being. I don't want to see her.
You
get
guys
dragged
would.
into
I
the
would
Supreme
literally
Court.
have to have.
I mean,
I would literally have to. I mean, the cool thing about it would be that if it went that
I would
far,
help
it
fund
would-
this. You can you can quote me on this. I would help fund if you. The only stipulation is you'd have to wear your coat to court.
It's the only thing I apparently have that's appropriate to court. I don't have business clothes anymore, so I just walk in on the coat every time. Just sit down.
You know, you'd be missing the most important part. If you went to Supreme Court, you can call yourself the Supreme Pony.
This is you guys' chance.
The supreme cult.
This is everyone here's chance to offer opinions that they want to offer. This is also the chat's chance to interrogate us. We have voice actors, we have writers, we have artists, sound engineers, animators, directors, basically everything you need to do animation or
design.
or design or audiobook projects or radio play projects. We're all here. So if you have questions, ask away. We will listen to what you have to ask, and we will do our best to answer. Does anybody want to add anything to the panel? This is your chance. Like, I made this so you guys would have an extra, 20 minutes just to rant about yourselves.
If you want to interrogate me on why we haven't finished Pink Eyes, now's your time.
I just want to say I agree to everything that Scurry's daughter is saying.
Okay, she actually wants to say hello, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I love kitties.
Say hello.
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 Oh, my heart.
Hold on, I have to do a thing. I have to do a thing. Hi.
I want to
Hello.
get this coloring book.
Oh my.
What are those? What are those ponies?
She is too pure. She's too pure for this world.
She's too pure to be Screwloose's
My
spawn.
heart.
She's too pure to be from Screwloose. Here's a question from Zazzle.
I know, right?
So I have a couple questions. First off, has anybody here? I don't think anybody has, but has anybody here participated in? There's apparently a Fallout Equestria Second Life community. Confused?
For a very short amount of time, yes.
I have heard of it, but have not gotten involved, as I haven't touched Second Life in, oh gosh, I don't know how many years.
Forever.
I'm only in this Fallout community as far as I know. I'm in Fee's community.
Yeah, they dragged you into it, kicking and screaming.
I haven't touched Second Life since I was an undergrad in college, when I was writing furry pornography to pay the bills.
I remember last time I was on Second Life. I was so young then.
By the way, I made sure to scrub all of those stories completely from the internet.
Hooray!
Does Lightning Bliss have a Fallout Equestria OC?
Yeah, you take Lightning Bliss and put her in Fallout armor. There you go.
That's gonna be a weird thing to try to explain, but I'm all for it.
I can imagine it'd be too big for her too.
MC asked if CinderScript wants to restart Pink Eyes from the ground up.
So, yes, as the production quality. So, my reason for starting Pink Eyes from the ground up, when we do eventually do that, is the production quality that we had is far beneath what we can do. We recorded Pink Eyes in one sitting, each chapter in a Discord call.
That was really fun,
Needless to
though.
say, the quality wasn't great.
Yeah.
It was really
So-
fun, though.
Well, I mean, quality or not, that's where I got started. And I'm happy about it.
Does anyone have a favorite character?
Like, broadly?
I mean, Calamity is the best.
Chifondu.
And Calamity's the best. I still call dibs. Yes, Chifundo is the best in Chifundo is the best in Dead Tree.
Hold on.
Clearly.
Hold on. I have to do this to Lightning Bliss now. So, Lightning Bliss, that second book, when you get to chapter 31, let me know.
If you killed
I
off
have
Chifondu, I swear to everything Celestia.
How many different pronunciations of that name are there?
A lot.
Yes.
All the
don't worry,
pronunciations.
Chifundo is
Yes.
fine.
What's wrong
Don't
with
worry,
It's Chifondu!
No, you just have to do a
Chifondu.
slight. You know,
Hello, it's Jafundo. It's so fun.
There are
There's officially two ways to say it: the right way and the
Chifundo.
wrong way.
No, no, no.
Um,
It's
I thought it was
Chifundo,
Chifundo.
and it is Chiflufto.
You say it the pussy way.
Chief Loof.
Okay, the
third saying
actual
it.
official
Okay.
pronunciation
Chifondle?
is Chifundo.
Needs
But-
so
Okay, so
much
Chifflepuff is
Chifundo.
perfectly fine. Chifflepuff will survive. Forest Rain would kill me otherwise.
I feel
Just
like
watching
there's a
this
lot of
going,
people
"Read."
who will murder me when I kill characters, and I'm okay with that. In the meantime, let's see here. We had some other questions that just kind of flew by.
Opinions.
My favorite character, oddly enough, I'm going to whisper this into the microphone. Quickstitch.
Yay!
Because here's what happens. Like Quickstitch separates from the group for a little bit. We come back and he's got princess hair, and we're just the fuck. And he's like, "Oh, I was standing in front of this thing, and there was radiation, and then like stuff happened, and we're all like, Quickstitch, did you want to explain to us?"
He ended up with so many taint mutations.
So
much taint.
And he just
so
takes
little
and he
time.
just takes everything and just rolls with it, and it's just like, I'm fixing you. I am just happy I am allowed to fix you. I don't care that the world just exploded. I'm just happy I'm allowed to fix you.
You know, I guess that's one thing me and Quickstitch actually have in common is we can rock the princess hair.
The next question is, what is it that allowed you to get yourselves off the ground so quickly? We didn't get off the ground fast at all. We started auditions in August last year.
Squats.
That's
what gets me off the ground really quickly.
I'd still say in some ways we're not quite off the ground yet.
We started auditions in August last year. We announced who the voice actors were in February. We didn't actually publish our first piece until February.
I didn't actually even get brought in till after the first chapter was done.
I still don't know how I got here.
We actually started this project sometime in July. Yeah, this has been a ride, and it's gonna go for a while.
So
I'm
grab your
enjoy-
popcorn and let's go.
I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, we don't get things off the ground quickly at all. We've been working on a new song, on 2 different new songs since August. They're still not recorded for various reasons. This is not something that happens fast. Do not be under the... I'm glad you were under the perception that we get things off the ground quickly, but I assure you, none of this is a fast process.
I mean, for a mostly just community project, out of most of the ones that I've seen, this is actually going fairly quickly for a completely community done, basically, project.
Where would I go to watch animation and audio dramas? YouTube. Just search Fallout Equestria YouTube. I can actually link you guys to ours. You also have...
I will.
And you know, it's
go ahead and
there's
provide
it's
one
not
for East Corp as well.
it's not just what do you
I
call
have to show them.
Fallout stuff. It's not a Fallout Equestria stuff. There's so many radio dramas over on YouTube. You got D&D dramas. You got there's so many radio dramas out
Lightning Bliss is in Bronies Do D&D.
there. So there's and you know, I'm going to start this comment. I need to get that into gear. No, there's so many options for you to just delve yourself into that you can really get lost. But what you really need to remember is to come back to ours every couple of weeks.
Solar?
Yeah,
come back to
throw
ours
me onto the
every
bus
3
with
or
the
so
D&D
weeks.
stuff, B. Thanks.
Yes, I'm going to throw you under the bus. Solar, can you contact me on Discord? I don't think... Unless you ordered, like, last week and are ordering internationally, I don't think I have any Volume 1s that are currently on hold. Please send me a... Send me a notification or something over Discord or over email. I'm pretty sure all those got mailed out. Let me double check. Do any of these? Yeah, no, I have no Volume 1s currently on hold. have 0 on hold right now. So you should contact me and find out what's going on there, because I probably have a tracking number and we need to fix that. I want to... there are a lot of animations. Like if I just search Fallout Equestria over on YouTube, the second result is an animation by Argo Demon. There's Fallout Equestria in a Nutshell, which is a stick figure animation. There's a bunch of extra music videos, audiobooks, all sorts of stuff that comes up. So... Wait, what?
Amazing.
Apparently also someone has hijacked... Apparently we have a fan!
Where?
I'm gonna embarrass a person now. Hey,
Wait,
Cinder.
Yeah?
Cinder. They took the stuff we did and they turned it into their own video.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't.
Yeah, he actually credited us and linked to us in the description.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's fine. We do everything we do is what's called everything we do, not necessarily everyone, but everything that I do or I publish or produce is called public access. If you want access to our assets, if you want access to our animation to do your own stuff, so long as you credit us, I don't care. You can just grab it and go.
As for Shotgun Angel, everything that comes from everything that Fee is producing follows that. Things Tavi says and things that I produce probably will as well, just because it's easier that way.
Now,
and I like people having access.
Here's a question for all the voice actors. What are your thoughts on non-pony OCs for MLP?
Totally valid.
Griffins are amazing.
There's also dragons. You know, there's tons of. There's diamond dogs. There's tons of stuff.
I have
Kieran.
I have a hippogriff and.
I mean, I have a goat.
Someone was asking about what are our thoughts on furries and furry OCs? Like, I have a furry OC.
I have a goat.
I actually have a furry OC.
I mean, isn't technically MLP been spliced with some furries at this point? Like, oh, what was his name?
Capper?
It was the cat from the MLP movie.
Capper.
Yeah, he's technically a furry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
these are diet furries.
There's also
We
parrot
merged.
people. I mean,
Can we all come to the realization that we are in fact furries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
No, I am a brony.
Okay.
Bronies are diet
We're not.
furries.
I don't think we should have that conversation.
Okay, so, long story short, ponies and furries have been inextricably linked since the very beginning, and there are plenty of history videos out there to go watch. Go have fun with that.
I have so many furry friends, and basically the movie just spliced it together anyway, so yeah. I have no complaints here. I'm just kidding around.
Honestly, the way I do things is everyone's my friend. It's up to you to give me an excuse not to like you.
That's my policy too.
Yeah.
Makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Also, no, I do not officially have a furry OC. No, what you see is what you get. I am the rainbow alicorn, and I prefer my 4 legs. Thank you.
What about your hind legs?
I said 4 legs. I have 4.
F-O-R-E?
No, that's the joke. F-O-R-E. Haha. Horrible joke.
You will find out very quickly that I am small, so jokes tend to go over my head. Haha.
I'll get you a ladder.
Was that a short joke? Did you wait?
Yes, I made a short joke.
You made a short joke about yourself, but we're not allowed to make short jokes about you. I see how.
No,
it is.
you're not allowed. No.
I do believe Paul Newman had a song that kind of sums everything up.
I do believe that we're also not supposed to joke about bees around you either.
I have a real phobia of it, yes.
She's so mad at me.
I am. I'm gonna get you back as soon as I see you.
What about C's and D's?
Revenge!
How
I
do
will
you
make
feel about
peanut butter
A's?
blossoms. And you won't get to have it.
Oh, well then I have a...
Sophie.
Oh, sorry.
Sophie, any other questions?
I'm looking right now. Bronies are
No,
yes. I think we all agree that bronies are diet furries. Some of us are in denial.
I prefer
Exactly.
furry zero. I prefer furry zero.
Furry zero.
Furry zero, not
I see.
diet furry zero.
I see.
Okay, guys, can we just say that brownies are their own type of fairy?
Are there
Yeah.
non-Fallout Equestria fan fictions you like?
I mean, plenty.
Technically, Drizzt from Forgotten Realms is fan fiction that got turned into official novels.
Drizzt? Oh
Let's
no.
see, Fallout Equestria fix. Starlight Over to Trot probably ranks at the top, to the point where it is legitimately in consideration, in contrast with Dead Tree.
I am an uncultured swine.
Like I actually, as director, I had to decide if I wanted to do Dead Tree or Starlight Over to Trot.
I'm glad we have you.
Yeah, I don't know what you all would do without me. Especially
are we
you,
saying
Fee.
are we saying non Fallout Equestria pony fanfic?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fan fiction.
Now I have words. yes, I do.
Someone is asking if there will be a Dead Tree coloring book. No.
Well, I mean,
Chris,
every
you had
book is a
something to say?
coloring book if you try hard enough.
Hold on, Chris. Chris, hold on, Chris. You had something to say?
Yeah, I actually have a story I like that is not Fallout Equestria that I've seen.
No.
Ooh, do share.
The Chronicles of Captain Cabastian.
Oh.
Cabastian. Engelsk.
She's Norwegian. We actually have someone sit
Share
down and help her when she's.
Are you able to share a link?
Yes,
Not to put you on the spot. Yeah, share a link. I'm actually interested in that.
Done...
I like
It's
recommendations.
It's about zebras and they're pirates. Arr.
So I legitimately hired Props as my essentially assistant director. His main job these days is working with Chris because he and Chris do amazing work together.
Good, and he helps me not stress when I get it wrong, and he is very good to like, oh, that's a blooper, and I'm just like, what?
So, there are a couple that I do like. I have actually reviewed them on my fanfiction blog. Mareplane, A Lapse of Reason, Damage Control, and Nothing Left to Lose. I reviewed all of those. And I like them. I told people go read them. I have 6 more that are currently on my list of, you need to go review these, you big dumb idiot. And I'm like, yeah.
Whatever happened to the Sweetie Belle Chronicles?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I
and if you
loved
like
that series.
If you like really silly fics, you should totally read Changeling Space Program because it's amazing.
On a separate note, no, there won't be a coloring book, but by fan request and artist request, there will apparently be a swimsuit calendar ready for 2021.
I approve of this message.
I can't tell if someone was laughing or just had a stroke.
Wait. Hold on.
Do we have any input whatsoever about our characters for the art?
The first series of 6 pieces, no. The second series, sure. Once the first series is done, I'll show them all to you and then ask you what you want to do.
I'm very scared. Is why.
I want a One Piece. That's
Can-
all I was gonna say.
Can the audio editors be like on the back page of the calendar?
No, bad Winchester.
Dang it.
No. So you can have the audio editors there. So whenever you flip to the next page, they say something like those little gift cards.
Look, as long as you don't have frozen hearts thrown in, I'm
We
okay
all-
with it.
We all need a picture. We all need like actual photos at the very end of the calendar with our reaction to seeing the first early edition print of the calendar, and then that's printed into the final calendar.
I had actually intended on doing that, where I would send you each a picture of what your character looked like. There's only 6 characters included in the calendar.
Oh, wait. You're saying our character swimsuit?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, well, I had ideas.
I mean, if you want to be in a swimsuit for the calendar screen, you can go for it.
I mean, okay. As voicing Rainbow Rise, I can rock the dad bod either way.
Please, Dad. Please, Dad, no, please, Dad, no, please.
Why not?
Oh God, I needed that.
It'll be fine. The internet will have kittens about it.
Okay, last
Dad,
call for
no.
questions before we switch to our preview. I'm not gonna play the entire preview. I'm gonna play the first couple minutes of it. That's because, if I'm correct, Winchester, Larsus hasn't done his pass where he adds the sound effects and the ambiance, has he?
There is ambiance throughout the entire thing that I got in, and there's effect up to about 10 minutes in.
Yeah, so we're only gonna play the first. Few minutes preview for Chapter 7. This will be ready as soon as Larsus gets back from his from his needed time away. If you do see Larsus or you want to talk to Larsus, please do give him a hug. He is available on my public server to give hugs to. Don't say we sent you. Don't say why we sent you. Just give him a hug. And I did send him also some financial assistance because I don't know what the situation is exactly with what's going on. But I did understand. I know exactly what's going on, but I don't know, the details of what he needs right now. I just know he needs to take a very long trip. In the meantime, everything up till that person gets shot. Got it! Does anybody have anything they want to add? Going once?
I hope you're having a good day, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope it was good.
I hope we didn't ruin it too much.
I am scared of that voice.
I hope
So,
you all had
the
fun
other
today.
the other thing that we will be showing off is there is 2 pieces. So we do have custom artwork for the audiobook because we are putting this on YouTube. Not just the artwork that I put into the books, but there's actually a single artist who the only thing they do for us is artwork. So I will be showing that to you guys as a part of this panel. But this is all Ren does. She only does artwork. She lives in England. She didn't want to be here because she's camera and voice shy. But she doesn't.
She doesn't voice act. She doesn't do anything else. Her primary job is doing the chapter and thumbnail art for this project.
To the army of Fiaura.
And I'm so glad that I did not actually accidentally dox our Dropbox links there, because I was glad we were on full screen mode because I put it over on the other screen where it would have been seen, and I'm like, did I just dox her? No, I didn't. Good, I didn't dox.
I mean,
us.
worst comes to worst, I can always just make that link no longer work.
That's fair. Anyway, I see no other questions. I'm gonna get the audio part started after all of you guys say your outros, and then I'm going to be muting the Discord call until the first 10 minutes are up, and then we will be wrapping up the panel. So go ahead, everybody, say your goodbyes.
Bye.
This is Winchester 572 going 10-7. I'm out.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you guys had fun.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
Perfect. It's been so fun to
Not
work on
everybody
with all of
lives
you.
forever.
Totally.
Spread the word.
Bows make you smile. Bye bye.
Shoot the moon.
Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us, everyone.
If you want
and
any,
I hope you have a lovely day.
if you want any links to these fine people, if you need audio work, if you need VAs, if you need audiobook work done, or you need sound engineering done, if you need artwork done, I will happily give you links to all of them. Inky, Lightning Bliss, Baja Griffin, and there's one other person in here. Who am I missing? Well, they all do artwork. Most of the people here are voice actors who are more than capable. We wouldn't have hired them otherwise. In the meantime, please do enjoy the preview, and then I'll wrap up the panel. So switch over to presentation mode. Exit Discord video.
As fires burn out from yesterday, a wandering mare's found a better way. For just as night seems most dark, the sunrise comes to warm our hearts.
Through the ashes of war, through the blood and the gore of man who was born in this world that is torn. A fruit that cannot just be stopped or forgot will rise and overcome all odds. And with every new day, through the parts that we play, as we push fear away and remember the ways of a man who was kind and whose words will remind. Do better.
Welcome to the army of Fiaura.
Fall on Equestria, Dead Tree Chapter 7, Hard Lessons in Exploration. The life of the dead is placed in the memory of the living. Marcus Tullius Cicero. We kept walking for hours. The road was more a well-worn path made by hooves, paws, and talons. Buddy was leading the way, while I kept motioning for changes in direction to keep us on the path. Nyota kept hovering around to shield me from prying eyes. Any time I forgot to cover up the pip-buck, a zebra hoof would remind me to pull the duster around my right foreleg. He also insisted I kept the helmet on and stayed in the center of the group. Corners was bringing up the rear, while Alguacil stayed flying over us. Any time I started to talk, Alguacil would land and motion for us to be quiet as his eye looked for something. It turned out whatever he was searching for wasn't immediately around us. Nyota tensed just before he landed each time. Finally, I just snapped on the 5th time these two showed signs of paranoia.
Can we at least talk and carry on while we walk? The silence is driving me nuts!
I shouted at the top of my lungs, only to have 2 zebra hooves and a griffin rear paw on my mouth.
1, I have no idea how Alguacil got down here that fast. 2, note to self, road dust is not the most tasty thing.
They were stubborn, completely and utterly unwilling to do any talking or something that could make noise. Chefundo and Nyota forced me to march along as they all crowded around me, preventing me from moving from the center of the group. With a frustrated sigh, I was marched off with them for hours until finally the bleak wasteland was broken up by a farmstead in the distance. Alguacil flew overhead and landed near us when we approached it.
There's a pony at the well. The buildings look safe to me. Don't see no guns outside. The sun will be setting soon. We should see if we could stay at the farm for the night. No sense in traveling into the knot.
Alguacil advised as we approached together.
How can you see the sun, or know that it's 4:37 p.m. in the afternoon?
I thought, checking my pip-buck. He and Buddy still led the way, while Nyota and Chifundo walked beside me. I was a little self-conscious, realizing that Corners had a good view of our hindquarters. Nothing really to do about it except hope she wasn't just staring at all of us. There were 4 buildings plus the well. 3 were built from scrap metal, pieced together from old pieces of vehicles, buildings, and even horseshoes. A 4th structure looked newer. It was made of unpainted lumber. It was easily the first building I'd seen constructed from fresh wood. The building was still ramshackle at best, but the planks looked like they had been cut for the house instead of cobbled together. The house had a picket fence around the backside protecting it from the wasteland. There was a brown cow hump just above the top of the fence. The scrap structures could be described as a very large 2-story metal barn, a small, probably 1 or 2 room storage shed, and some L-shaped building rounding it out that left a space no pony could fit between it and the shed.
A fire might spread around and burn this whole place down.
Lastly, there was a cooking fire with a pot sitting in front of the shed and metal L-shaped building. The fire wasn't lit at the moment, and I couldn't make out what the green stuff in the pot was. The buildings were arranged in such a way that with that fence there were only 2 ways into the compound. One, the way we were walking, large enough for a whole herd of cows to walk through side by side. The other fence was across the courtyard in between the wooden home and the L-shaped metal structure. In the center was a gray and black stone well with a pony sitting against it, his back pressed into the stones that made it up. The pony was a unicorn, a dirty black coat and a pink mane with white highlights. He was certainly a stallion.
Bad Sunrise, you aren't old enough. That argument doesn't hold weight anymore, does it? You're older than most ghouls in the wasteland, much less the age of consent, aren't you? Dear goddesses, help me! Am I really having this conversation?
Yes, you are! As I was thinking, a little pink pony with a fluffy pink mane appeared at the edge of my vision.
Pinkie Pie?
Yes, Sunrise, I'm here to, reasons. Anyway, you are having this conversation, and, well, you should probably give it some thought after the chaos.
Chaos? What chaos?
Just like that, the pink pony was silent but had the smile of, "I know something you don't know," written all over her face. Just as I thought that, Pinkie Pie left my vision, and I noticed the pip-buck on the unicorn's foreleg. I dashed forward, and his eyes went wide as plates. He braced for impact as I slid to a stop. I didn't realize how fast I was going in my excitement, nor did I account for how much I might scare him.
I really hope I have not given you a start. Please be a nice pony. Hi, I'm Wandering Sunrise. Are you okay?
I looked him over. He had several scratches and freshly healing wounds. In addition to that, he was shaking hard enough to break a stone. I tried to give him a reassuring smile to calm him down.
Hi. Just getting some water. You came from out of nowhere.
The stallion replied with his teeth chattering.
Wow, talk about nervous. Oh no, please let me do this without panicking him.
I heard the familiar sounds of hooves, talons, and paws coming up behind me. I looked over my shoulder to see the zebras and alguacil looming over him.
You live on this farm?
The griffin asked as his one eye glared.
Do you mind if we stay the night until tomorrow's daylight?
Chifundo fired off without thinking. Nyota allowed a huff and a snort.
Well, howdy there, partner. I'd like to know if we can fix some dinner here soon.
Buddy smiled and waved his hand over his head.
Okay, you 4 do realize that this pony is supremely nervous and suddenly crowding him is going to get us the worst possible reaction? I mean, seriously, can we give him some space?
I wanted to scream at them to be nicer and less presumptuous. I wanted to make them all back off and let me do something on my own.
You are older than them. Use your Philly seniority.
Pinkie's high-pitched shriek pierced my mind. The unicorn stood up to his hooves and jumped into the well.
Wait, what? Did he just...
Good luck! I hope you live!
The stallion shouted as he disappeared into the well.
Alright, so they can hear all of you again.
Oh, hi! How's it
Hello!
going?
We totally
I
weren't.
hope you enjoyed that little preview.
We weren't conspiring against you or anything like that.
I hope you enjoyed it.
If you
Thank
guys
you. Conspiring's my job.
If you guys are curious, I did use the file directory in my computer trick, so I didn't dox our artwork. So no, that's an actual meme where I try to release artwork to the audience, and I try to link things in Discord and link it directly to my computer. So that file directories, and then Discord's like, I don't know what this is. This isn't on the internet.
It's just what we call sharing stuff hardcore mode.
Anyway, I'm gonna go check with RamCon now. They should have another panel going. We're going to raid that panel.
Raid.
Destroy.
So let's see here.
Lovely.
Let me
That's
go,
all!
What?
Stop it!
At spring, what
Sorry.
panel is going? I am ready to wrap up.
Can't you do
to
Papyrus?
know who
Papyrus
to
is so much better.
I could do the other voice.
No, you could do Papyrus.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
No. I would like to.
We have a lot of fun here.
Of course we have fun. That's the entire purpose of Dead Tree.
I'm just gonna hide behind Fiaura and crits now.
That's
fake publicity!
Why am I the one everyone hides behind?
Because you're the tall one, you're the strong one. Yeah, you have the stoic face. You protect the Blissey. Thank you.
I do believe they are saying you are a sturdy person. You are that rock, I believe.
You're all terrible. I tried.
Thank
you.
Of course I'm terrible.
I'm adorable.
You are adorable.
I'm the same height as Danny DeVito.
Thank you.
I was like, we're off the air, right? Because I
we're
really
about-
wanted to do the Team 4-star reference.
We're about to be. Alright, so I have the next panel scheduled here. Apparently they go live in 15 minutes, so I'm going to link it in the chat.
We have the dead air.
So in the meantime, I apologize because we would have used our whole panel time and rated them afterwards. It is going to let me raid them anyway. So we will see you guys hopefully soon. Please do follow us over on YouTube here. I will be releasing the blooper reel on Monday. I meant to have it ready for today and just it didn't have enough time.
2020.
And do come check out myself and Inky Notebook in the RamCon Discord. We have shops for you guys. All of the money and proceeds that come from my shop in the RamCon in the Discord or from my shop period go to support this project. Like every single dollar I make gets dumped back in here to either pay these voice actors or pay for equipment we need. Chris's new microphone, for instance,
and for the hookers and blow.
Merchandising.
So
Real
please-
money making is.
Please do come follow us, and we will see you guys hopefully next RamCon at the latest. I will be at TrotCon in December. I am a guest for TrotCon. I've also got like 3 panels. Good night, everybody.
Night. Thank you for coming. Have a lovely night.
Thank you so much for coming.
Stay safe.
Is it weird?
Good